You shout out Soda TV too?
Show TV shout out.
Okay.
Soda TV.
Soda TV, what up?
Okay.
Soda TV want a shout out.
Welcome to Soda TV.
What's your name? Whatever it is.
Soda TV. It's Soda TV. Welcome back to Soda TV. Tay-K, you know, he was found guilty of murder with an M at the beginning on July 19th, 2019, you know, for participating in a botched home in Rock, you know, which left 21-year-old Ethan Walker unalived. Man, y'all remember when that happened? Tay-K was 16 years old at that time. Then he ended up being sentenced in July of 2019 to 55 years. Also 30 years for one count of R0BBERY. You know, an additional 13 years for two more R0BBERY. Man, ooh-wee. And then what was crazy that while he was on the run in 2017, it's like you released a song that was really good. Like, to be honest, you know, a lot of people can't make a good song like that. You know, as a street dude, I want to say what they call them, criminals, but I didn't know if I can use that word. But, you know, some people can't transition from that to that and be successful, especially in making a hit. But he was able to do it, you know, made that song The Race, and that stuff blew up past the meter. But I thought that when he got locked up that he had his team release it. But the reports are saying that he released it on his own, and then it was just unfortunate that he got picked up that day. Like, who knows? But the song is now platinum as of last year. Tay-K is also facing capital M charges in Bexar County, Texas, where he allegedly popped and unalived. Yeah, he unalived him, right? A 23-year-old photographer named Mark Anthony Saldiville, something like that. Mark. You know, we're gonna leave it at that. But as of today, new information, you know, just happened yesterday. I'm reporting now. Tay-K ex-girlfriend was called to testify on behalf of his second, no, not on behalf of, was called to testify in regards to his second M charge. And man, she had a lot to say, detailed on her telling him stop. So she was an eyewitness, and she was basically involved in it because she was telling stop, and just witnessing it in it. Like, she is describing it as if it was a horror film to her. Man, y'all listen to what she got to say. Before we get into it, got to ask you to please hit that like button. This lets the algorithm know that this video is that thing, and more people can view it just like you're viewing it. Also, share this with whoever you can, whenever you can. No, subscribe to the channel. I would rather you do it now, but if you want to wait till the end of this video just to see if I deserve and earn your subscription, then you may do so. But I just don't want you to forget at the end, so I'm going to remind you, all right? Keep your word. Last but not least, notification bell. keep you notified on any and everything this channel produces. With that being said, y'all, man, check out his ex-girl and what she had to say. Man, check it out.
Tamar took out his and pointed it at Mark and asked for his bag. Mark refused to give him the bag, so they all started hitting him, and Tamar was hitting him with the and the whole time I didn't look back, but when I did, I saw his face, and I started telling them to let him go, and I just kept screaming, let him go. I was just going back and forth really quickly, and then Mark kicked the windshield, and Tay-K opened the door, and
you know, what's crazy and kind of ironic is you would think and wonder, like, where is Tay-K's head? Well, just a few years ago, and I don't even know if it was years, but y'all remember when they were saying that he had invented a ang with a G at the beginning in there? He had invented an organization called Rugrats. It was funny. The name was funny, but they came in his cell and they found laws, policies, and literature. Basically, how gangs have rules and what you can and cannot do. I think it said in there that you can't be no rat or something like that. And like so Tay-K in there really standing on ang with a G at the beginning, business. Like, man. So you could just see where his mind is at in there. Like when people like still doing what they was doing on the streets, when they get locked up, you could tell they pretty much didn't accept it. They fate, which is just too sad to say, but who says that there was ever a chance of him, coming home? So it's definitely not looking good, and it's just a wasted talent, because he definitely had talent, which is hard to come across. Like a person with actual talent. A lot of people just get on these songs talking about crimes. That's not rap. That's not art. That's not hip hop. He actually, can make a song, can make a hit song. So it's just all a waste, especially the senseless unaliving of the photographer. What you wanted out of that? Camera equipment. You could have worked at McDonald's for that. If you would have been working at McDonald's up until now, you would have owned a business that sold camera equipment at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like Tay-K, it split moment decisions, but it don't seem like it was you had a history of this. Tay-K got so many cases, and it's cases that I'm not speaking on, to whereas people are filing complaints saying that he then did violence to their family, and that they're suing him or trying to sue him. Like, yeah, like, and he had all this going on, and he was only 16 when he was on the streets, 16, 17. Like, man, that is crazy. So I gotta ask you, do y'all think, don't think I'm crazy for asking this, but do y'all think that Tay-K got a chance of beating this case and getting some rhythm? Is there loopholes in this case, even though his ex-girlfriend testified? As we know, we all know about cases where people then testified on people and people still beat it. So do y'all think that it's beatable on Tay-K's behalf? Let me know in the comment section. Along with that, L's for the like, share. We talked about you subscribing to the channel. you know, if I earned it, and I believe I did my thing. So this don't seem like begging at this point. What you got for me? Last but not least, notification bell. Keep you notified on any and everything we put together. This is self-proclaimed #1 celebrity news channel on YouTube at this time. The Real Deal Soda TV. Outie.